Hello again. Thanks for joining us. This is TVC Midday News, and we begin in the courts, where the Federal High Court in Abuja on Friday sentenced two men, Kelvin Onaira and Frank Azoeko, to 20 years imprisonment each after finding them guilty of conspiracy to commit a terrorist act as well as kidnapping persons. Judiciary correspondent Celestina Area reports.
The defendants were arrested on September 25, 2013 in the joint operations by the DSS and the Nigerian police. Until their arrest, the first defendant, Kelvin, was the most wanted kidnapper and robber kingpin in Delta State. He was accused of kidnapping for ransom of numerous persons, including a senior advocate of Nigeria, Mike Ozekome. A total of 6 security operatives were said to have lost their lives during the process, leading to the arrest of the gang. The third defendant, Michael Monigo, is facing a 2 out of the 14-count charge of providing support for the commission of terrorist acts, as well as failure to disclose terrorism information to law enforcement agencies. The prosecution called 7 witnesses to prove its case, including Michael Ozekome. The trial, which started in 2013, lasted for 10 years due to the different judges that handled the case and the trial within trial that was done during the time. Justice Binta found them guilty of the charges preferred against Michael Onaira and Frank Azoeko. The court, however, found Michael Monigo not guilty of providing support for the commission of terrorist acts. It also found Haruna Momo not guilty, but Justice Inyanku held that he should be tried for escaping from detention. Mr. Momo allegedly escaped from prison during the attack on Kuje Correctional Center by armed men. The defendant pleaded for leniency and prayed the court to hand them minimum sentences. Trial Judge Justice Binta Inyanku admonished the defendants that being disadvantaged in the society is not a ticket to committing crimes. She noted that most of the charges against the defendants carries a maximum sentence and capital punishment, but she will apply discretion due to the fact that the defendants are first-time offenders. She subsequently sentenced 2 out of the 3 defendants to 20 years imprisonment.
For Honorable Justice Ademola, when he now retired, the matter was now given to my Lord Justice Nyako to handle. It has been a very tough time for our officers of the criminal justice system, and to equally tell the public that the officers of criminal justice system are still working.
A lot of issues from the judgment, though it was not put in the best she could, but there were a lot to take from there. So we will take necessary steps to make sure we appeal and have them released, because we believe sincerely from our own end that we make a good case, and there was no reason to convict them at all. There was no reason for that.
Only made that point that even though it has discharged and acquitted the 4th defendant in this matter, my client still has a case to answer because he escaped from lawful custody. And if you see, when I was thanking the court, I told the court that when we get to the bridge, we will know how to cross it. We will now determine whether it was a lawful custody or not.
The sentences are to run from the day the defendants, now convicts, were arrested. With the sentence, they are to spend only 10 years in prison. Celestina Area, TVC News, Abuja.